We got 6:18. What's happening? What's going on, y'all? I was just wondering, something was heavy on my mind this morning. I got up in this field. Well, it was I don't know where I be. I gotta be cool. I really do. I gotta be cool talking about the things that I experienced and things, because everybody they speak the same thing and they speak the same language with the words and things like that, and they make money off these things. So I got to be cool, because what they're actually talking about, some of these beings, what they talking about is exaggerated shit. It's a distraction. It's exaggerated. You see, it's people from down here that's calling something from up there. They're calling themselves down in this dimension, this next door. You see, I don't even listen. Me saying that don't mean shit either. But that's what you're doing. You see, that's what you're doing. You see. But you have to call up or cry out constantly. I mean, you got to make the inhabitants, you got to curl their motherfucking stomach. You see, you got to make them feel all type of ways about you. All this type of stuff, man. Listen, what's the difference between the conscience of a child or the ways of a child and the poor man? Because the children and the poor people, they go kind of hand in hand a little bit. You see, their instincts are high in something that those who believe that they made it and they way up there because of the funds that they have, the money that they have, they feel like they up there, they don't have no problems and nothing. You see, and enjoying their life in that moment, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing, you see. But their dilemma is going to come from these understandings of the poor and the children. You see, folks, you're not paying attention. Don't let what you have financially put you on some type of height to where you don't know what's down below, or you don't know what type of eyes are watching you and the ears that's hearing you. You see, sometimes you'll have ears that's not even connected to the person's vessel. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes you have people that got all the things in the world, but they're pushed down into a space because of who they are or who they were back in the day. You see what I'm saying? Way before they were born, or they had conscience of themselves. You see, but listen. It's going to be you're going to have to decipher. You're going to have to. This is one of the heaviest things that the braggadocious, you see, beings, and those who once were children, you see, and they saw themselves in a certain way out here as they got older. You see, it was just like a whole different type of comprehension on life. You see, a whole different comprehension on life, way beyond what they're talking about. And it's like, it's so grand and so massive that you want to interpret these things and share with the people, but you just don't know the words to it. You see, because it's all you have. You want to, for some reason, you want to say, hey, look at this. You see, not to brag about it, but like, can you see what I'm doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? You see? And look, people be looking at you like, nigga, I don't see nothing. I don't even hear you talking. You see what I'm saying? You know, and you just sitting up there like, damn, this got to be my world by myself, and I created all these motherfuckers out here. You see, got to be. But that's where you're at. That's where you're at. You get to see all the cursed people, and they are all given wealth. Sounds wild, don't it? Yes. And they all given this wealth and riches and all this other type of stuff, you see. Just to see what they have learned, you see. And I mean, it's amazing to see it. It's amazing to see it. You know how many people who you worship down here, who you idolize down here, you know how many people are set under? They passed away, but they're set under. You don't know that, do you? You don't know that. You see, it's a hell of a ride out here. You see, it's an amusement park but you have to, in order to know these things, just like when you hear all these people talking about the Matrix and all this other shit, they just talk about it, right? They don't do nothing about it though. Everybody's just talking. You see, they talking, they giving information, they talking about what they're gonna do, how they gonna do it. They're doing all this shit inside of the ward's house. Just imagine you in the penitentiary and you talking about how you're gonna get out. You writing all these patterns and things on what you're gonna do, but you in a cell. You in somebody's thing, you see. You see. Instead of just creating something that looks natural for, like everybody else, and just put it right in the space of everybody else and shit, and just let it do what it do, you see, and you just check out what you created, you see. You just check out all this stuff out here, you see. Sometimes I be on my videos creating all these motherfucking characters, and at the same time I'm telling them that I go through all these 12 houses. And so if I go over here and then I switch back over here, that's because I just went through that door, and I'm talking to you about it, you see. And folks, they don't understand it. You see, I'm literally visiting motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? I don't visit nobody to harm. I don't have the power to harm nobody. You see, I just have the power to say boo to that motherfucking cloud that was next to you. You see, I got the power to say boo to a motherfucker. You see, that's fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm going. It's the shit that your ancestors or somebody else, you see, they say go find you over there up under that tree. Go find you over there, sitting in the corner of that motherfucking house. You see, go find you. They always tell me to go find myself. You see, so I go find myself, and there's a little boy and shit over here crying for no goddamn reason and shit. You see, but this is like transparent type like thing and shit. Keep on touching his head and shit, and keep on pushing him on his arm and shit, fucking with him, irritating him and shit. And then the parents get mad at him because they don't know what the fuck is going on with him. You see, you see, and the only thing they got to do is join that, put that child right in the center of them. You see, right in the center of them, and just share the energy, all the time with that child. You see, you grab your child by the hand and you walk with the child, and you talk powerful things to the child. You see, you talk powerful things to the child. Let the energy from you, see, resonate with the energy in that child as y'all walking down the street holding hands. You see. Well, if it's a woman, if it's a female child and shit, it'd be best if the father would do it, you see. And if it's a mother You know, I mean, if it's a male child, it'd be best if the mother would do it. You see, if she's not caught up in the world. You see what I'm saying? Because men need to balance. They learn their intuition from the things that's coming in. The woman has it naturally. They learn it from the earth period. They, you know, but when you when you a male and you bind the two together, you see, the force they created you. You see, it's like you got two, and then you got yourself. You see, and the object of security is two. Maybe more, but just concentrate on the two. You see, you could put the two in front of you, put the two in back of you, put the two on the left side of you, put the two on the right side of you. You see, you can call it what? 2, 4, 6, 8. Square your motherfucking ass up right there in the center and walk around everywhere you go with these two U's everywhere. You see? You got 8 eyes everywhere. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your 8 ears peeled. You see what I'm saying? Keep your 8 nostrils peeled out here. You see what I'm saying? You got to use this power. I know I'm not talking the way other people talk. You just have to think humanely. You should just think humanely. Don't think of no monsters, motherfucker. Just think of the word humane, on how it sounds and what we think the name is and all that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? We listen, we're not like other people. Recreate what they say it. You know, what the natural meaning for it is. Like y'all do black and shit or nigger, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. You see y'all, these derogatory names, y'all make them beautiful like y'all did chitlins and shit back in the day. It's the same thing. You see, it's the same thing. But what I'm saying to you is to understand the two with the child and poverty, or the child and the poor, you see, because this is your key. This is going to be your key of elevation. This is going to be your key to elevation, because if the children are crying, if the children are wailing, or however it may be, or then you have the adults that's crying like children and wailing like children, something is infected in the earth. The inhabitants of the earth, God is infected. You see, saying God is infected. You see, you have a lot of people keep talking about allow God to do this for you. You know what I'm saying? Is God a stranger? So who did this to you? The devil or the demons? The devil and the demons did this. So if the devil and the demons just did this, just walked up to you and just got all up in your shit like that. Well, what? How come God can't come up to you and put himself all up in you like the devil do it? Why is it the devil always got to highlight shit and you talk about the highlights and shit from the devil? I don't understand this type of shit. You see, this type of shit that make you just become hypocrites while you walking over the poor, or while you walking over some of these children, however it may be. You see, man, listen. Listen. You have to be estranged from your children to understand the shit that I'm talking about. You see, and your heart is just bleeding, and you don't have no motherfucking answers for nothing. You just know there's something that just something is fucked up, and you don't have no avenues to go to, no angles to cut, no words to speak and shit. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you got is fire and something that's gonna put you in the penitentiary for the rest of your motherfucking life. You see what I'm saying? That's all you have. You know what I'm saying? It is just crushing you, but you keep on moving. You keep on with this strength and shit, because you knowing that something is wrong. You see something is wrong, and so you holler out to the world. Ain't nobody talking to you for real. Ain't nobody talking to you for real. They looking at your side-eyed and shit. You see? Ain't nobody talking to you for real. You see? So you just have to go and meet your motherfucking self. Shit, over 49 motherfucking times. However it may be, you're gonna have to meet yourself, because all this shit out here is what you created. You see, and everybody that shit once loved you, nigga, or pretend like they love you, nigga, as soon as you show your face to them, they'll show how much hate they have for you, or they'll do this phony thing with you. You see, they always do it. They always come with the phony shit. You see, in pretending things. You see what I'm saying? You see, they have no idea what's in the world. You see, only thing they know is the cartoons and the certain things, is the animations and the certain things that was written about. You see, that's all they know, and that's what they talk, and they believe in this type shit. They say, but the belief is so strong to where if some type of being come up and walk up to them, you see, and just holler at them, they ain't gonna recognize the motherfucker. They gonna say, "Shoe, get away." They ain't gonna put the eye on the shoe. No, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that because they can't feel y'all. They feel the book. They feel what they're reading. You see what I'm saying? They don't feel their humanity. They feel what they're reading. They feel what they didn't learn in these institutions. They feel on how to make money or how to circulate this fiat currency. You see what I'm saying? That's what they know. God damn it. And you get in their way, they gonna bulldoze you over, nigga. You got flesh. Fuck you. That's how they talk. You see what I'm saying? You got flesh. So the hell with what you talking about. You see? Broke ass nigga. You see broke ass females and shit, you know what I'm saying, always begging. You know, listen, I'm trying to put something in you. What's the difference between the children and the poor people? You see, what's the difference? Because this is your call, your casting call. You're about to be cast into a space, you see, of Never Land. You're about to be called into a space that you ain't seen before. You don't know nothing about, or you forgot it. You see, something is gonna come down to you and say, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Not the tick tock that's on this social media type shit. I'm talking about the one that actually ticks and shit. You see what I'm saying? Because those are going to be the measures. Those are going to be the measures. What's the difference between the children and the poor? You see, what's the difference between the children and poverty? What's the difference? And how do the people see the people? Well, I'm gonna give you a hint. How do your fathers of this land and live if you colorized and all that type of shit, you talking about the white man ain't your father and all this other type of shit? Well, don't pay your bills and shit in your house. You see, you know, you can send in your remittance slip and shit, you know, from your electric bills and all these other type of shit, you know, but you got a whole lot of motherfuckers that's harboring the knowledge and shit of this type of shit. They ain't gonna tell you about it. They ain't gonna tell you about it because, you know, they gotta make that motherfucking money. They gotta make that money, you see. What's the difference between the children and the poor people and poverty? What's the difference? Because, listen, you're going to be called upon this. You see, you're going to be called upon this. And one of the most beautiful things in the world is when you hearing somebody saying something, but you thinking you have discernment on what they're talking about. Be careful. Be careful when you come to a conclusion of what this stuff is, and then you talk about it, because sometimes, listen. It's no mistake that certain people meet up with each other in the world. You see, you know, you got to be careful sometimes. Know what these people are doing. Know who they are. Don't assume nothing because of what you think a devil is. Don't assume nothing because what you think demons are. Don't assume nothing. You see, matter of fact, you shouldn't even be talking about the devils and the demon if you're not from that world, or if you're not living in that world. You see, unless you were signed, you see, to talk about the devils and the demons. You see, but just be careful, because you got a whole lot of angelic beings. You see, you got a whole lot of angelic beings that whom you will call a devil or whom you will call a demon. I'm talking about real, living, angelic beings that's walking the motherfucking planet. You see, that you have no clue about. Listen, I don't like to use the word angels. I don't like to use these words and things like that, because they didn't affect it all, that type shit. They didn't affect it all of it. So even if you see one, you're gonna think it's an angel, however it may be, and that motherfucker could be a straight demon. It's straight ain't shit. Could be Hesitant himself coming right at you, so motherfucking fine and beautiful. Trust me, I know. I know what the fuck it looks like. You see, I know how they move. I know how they come. You see, I know how they move and I know how they come. You see, one day you're going to say, I didn't know. That's what you're going to say. You're going to say, I didn't know. I didn't understand, And then you go back and look and listen to the sounds that you done gathered over the years. You see, you can see it was the children pleading with you. It was the poor pleading with you. It was whispers pleading with you, you see. And you never gave them a pinch of your understanding of whom they may be as a living creature from the Most High, or a living vessel, you see, that's possibly have room for the highest energy to set in. You see, you don't know that type shit. You can know, you see, if you want to, you see. But here's the gateway. The gateway is understanding how children move and how children think, and understanding what poverty is and what poor people are. You see, because I think everybody else is going to be. Listen, let me share something with you. You're gonna get caught up if you don't extend the words that you're saying. When people say you're about to get a blessing and it's going to be overflowing with abundance and all these other type things, pay attention, because you got to understand sometimes these people be out to harm you. You see, because if you're going through some shit and they talking about you're about to get in abundance and they don't tell you what type of abundance, and they could be throwing a curse at your motherfucking ass. You see what I'm saying? You see, they did something off camera and then they're going to tell you about the abundance and all this other type of shit. You're going to prosper in this, prosper in that. Don't you know there's motherfuckers that's prospering and shedding blood? You see, listen, you got to be specific and make sure you extend your words that you're saying when you attach these little things and shit to it. You see, abundance and all this other type of shit. Listen, what type of abundance? Abundance in education, or abundance in comprehension, abundance in money. You see, what type of abundance are you talking about? Abundance in to go another 10 years with the world's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Abundance in what? Cutting on the arm and shit. You know how people be doing this shit. You listen to what I'm saying to you. You see, talk right. Don't just listen to how people talk and try to pick up their rhythm and all this other type of shit. You got to be a part of that rhythm in order to pick it up, because you find your own goddamn rhythm. Shit. Stop regurgitating off what people say. You can't tell the difference between a Christian and a witch and a Christian nowadays. You see, a warlock and a Christian, whatever they call them. I don't use those words. You see, I don't use those words, but you can't tell the difference between the two. You see, because if anybody can sit there and read the Bible and make you believe it, and if they can do that to you, something is wrong. Something has been infected. You see, if somebody can come into this space where they say God dwells, and it's the God's words, and anybody and anything can pick up the book and get clarity from it and be so darn articulate with the book. You see what I'm saying? To get you hooked. You see, get you hooked because it's written so eloquently. And then all of a sudden, here you are, believing in this person. You become an idol worshiper and shit, And then all of a sudden they mix the damn punch and shit with poison and shit. You know what I'm saying? You start drinking this shit because the nigga told you to. I mean, listen. Oh my goodness. Listen. It's going to be time that you're going to have your heart thing is going to be, listen, it's hollering out. Whatever you are, your heart is hollering out right now. See, you don't know. You don't know. People have been trying to tell you for years. Get to know your spirit. Get to know your soul. You see, get to know your spirit, get to know your soul. Stop for a minute when you feel a little bit. You see, stop for a minute when you feel kind of sexy or a little over sexy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just stop for a minute. You see if that shit is yours for real. You see if that shit is yours for real. Stop for a minute when you wanna, when you felt yourself ready to whoop a motherfucker's ass or go out there and kill him for some chick. You see, kill another nigga for some chick or however it may be. Just stop for a minute. You see, stop for a minute. What's coming to you tomorrow? What's about to happen for you the following week? What something is grand is about. Do you know this grand thing is about to happen? Well, shit, somebody's gonna get you before it happens. That's how you do it. Stop for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Analyze yourself before you make a move. I'm trying to put something in you. You see, I'm trying to tell you something. What is the difference between the children poor, the word poor, and poverty? You see, isn't it something how you have the O and the U in this poor, still have the 7 and the 9, but you have the O and the U, and then there's another poor with the 7 and the 9, but you have a double O right there. You have a 3 with the double O. You see. You have a 3 with the double O, and with the O and the U, that's a 6, and a 3, that's a 9. So when you pouring, P-O-U-R, pouring, so pouring is different than pouring, you see. Wow. So what do you pour out to the poor? Pouring. Oh my goodness. And then you have the double O. I mean, yeah, well, that's 6 and that 3 of the O and the U. That's a 9. So that right there, that P-O-U-R is legitimate. But they trapped the one individual. You see, the one individual that came from 2, they created a body. You see, that holds the magnetism of the 3rd rock. So they become that 3rd. You see, they become that 3rd because they are, and then they have the 2 that created them that rise with them. You understand what I'm saying? See, y'all don't know that type shit. See, you thinking you're one individual, but you are one. You are one. You're that 1 in front of that motherfucking 3. You see, called you a 13, nigga. You don't know that type shit. You see, 6 on the left, 6 on the right, and 1 in the motherfucking center. You see, that's the child. That's the child. That's the poor child. That's the child. You see, it's the apex. You see, it's the motherfucker that's gonna get you through that needle. You see, it's gonna get you through that needle. You know how you're wetting the tip of some thread, and you be looking the shit trying to get that. Yeah, well, that child is the needle head. You see, it's the needle head. You see, you don't know these type things. You see, you don't know these type things. You see, it's a shame how people can come into the world, but they can't say a motherfucking thing about who they are, who they connected to. You can't say it out here because there's a war on the children and there's a war on the poor. You see, listen to how people talk. They call you beggars. They call you all type of horrible names. And they have children and they feel like, listen, they don't believe in God. They don't believe in nothing but what the gods of the world then gave to them. You see? And it's okay. Let them be the way they are. You see? Let them be the way they are because they're giving something to the world to remember. They're writing their own passage. They're writing their own passage and shit. And those that's going to come after them is going to reap. You see? It's going to reap. You see? So is it good or is it bad? You see? Well, if they're smart, they shouldn't give a fuck about a good or a bad or a negative and a positive. Just live their motherfucking life. You see what I'm saying? No questions. You know, I just make sure you don't fuck with the children, mock the children and mock the poor. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Not in this atmosphere. It was cool 10 years ago, but not in this atmosphere right now. Don't talk about nothing about the poor if you're not doing nothing for them. However it may be. I don't give a fuck if they old or young. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't out here doing nothing, like showing what these beings, what God truly is, if you're not showing them that, you see, and you just got to say something all derogatory about these beings, you are harming your children, you see, or their children. You see what I'm saying? By the words that you're speaking, I'm trying to put something in you. I'm trying to tell you something in a minute. Yeah.